Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, drone spotting, the health of an NFL legend, and 9 days until Christmas, but don't worry, we got you. Drone mystery deepens, the calls for action growing louder. This morning, 2 men facing charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to a Boston airport. Another airport temporarily closing runways after multiple sightings nearby. Overnight, Whit Johnson along for the ride on patrol scouting the skies.
When the sun goes down, they're coming out. When the sun goes up, they're gone. What
they saw when using a flight tracker and why some police say their community is on edge.
CEO murder suspect. What we've learned about the days before his arrest. The accused killer expected to return to Manhattan this week to face murder charges.
RFK Jr. on the Hill, the president-elect's pick for health secretary, meeting lawmakers as he faces bipartisan scrutiny about his anti-vaxxing stance.
NFL Hall of Famer Randy Moss.
Your boy is a cancer survivor.
One of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history, recovering from a 6-hour operation, a Whipple procedure. This morning, new details on his condition, his treatment, when we could see him back on the set.
Santa snatched real-life Grinches caught on camera, swiping holiday decorations right off people's lawns. How to make sure your decor stands tall through Christmas.
Holiday tips, pun intended, will help you with the holiday dilemma. Who's on your list? How much do you gift? And more.
We're flipping out with 9 days until Christmas for this possible Super Bowl preview.
And it's Allen easily going in, hopping home for the touchdown.
Superstar Josh Allen leading the Bills to a thrilling win. Plus, who's fired up for the Eagles? We know these Jason Kelce lookalikes are. And Lady Gaga coming to town with a brand new Christmas song dropping overnight.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. We are just 9 days away from the holidays, and we've got you covered.
It's really a procrastinator's delight here this morning. This morning we have everything from holiday tipping tips. I'm a procrastinator, by the way, so I'm real happy. The possible Amazon workers strike, the rise of secondhand gifting to save money, and we've got the top presents trending online right now.
We got all that, but we're going to begin, of course, with a new slew of overnight drone sightings high above the East Coast and the growing demand from frightened residents to concerned lawmakers for answers. Whit Johnson also went looking for answers overnight and is here now with the latest. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. Yes, we went on patrol with officers who tell us they are getting inundated with reports of these drone sightings, and there's growing frustration as federal authorities insist there's nothing to fear, but at the same time can't explain what people are seeing in the sky. This morning, 2 men facing charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to Logan Airport. Officers able to make the arrests after using advanced unmanned monitoring technology to identify the location, flight history, and operator position. This comes amid growing concerns about a series of unexplained drone sightings in the Northeast in recent weeks. In New York on Friday, Stewart International Airport forced to temporarily close its runways after multiple sightings nearby.
And seems like there's multiple drones all over this airport tonight, man.
The Biden administration insisting it has no evidence to suggest a national security threat or foreign involvement, but promising more resources to help solve the mystery.
Some of those drone sightings are, in fact, drones. Some are manned aircraft that are commonly mistaken for drones.
The Monmouth County Sheriff's Office posting this heat map of reported sightings, calling on the federal government to make de-drone equipment available at the state level. While federal officials reiterate many of these reported sightings are airplanes or legally operated civilian drones, sometimes distinguishing the difference can be difficult.
A big aircraft or even a smaller aircraft that's manned is not going to be bobbing to the left and to the right and going up and down. It's going to be on a particular trajectory.
We went on patrol with the Clinton Township Police Department.
Once the sun goes down, these drones come out. Once the sun comes up, they're gone. Some calls will be 1 drone hovering over the house. A few days ago, we got 30 drones.
Within minutes, we spotted lights hovering over a large New Jersey reservoir.
You see how slow these ones are moving? The 2 that are on a flight radar, and then that one, the plane, is moving quick. These kind of just hover, go really slow.
In the dark, the distance, and with cloudy skies, we couldn't positively identify exactly what the objects were. But Officer Francesca Escudero describes a community on edge.
How would you describe the mood in this town right now with everything that's going on?
From when I've been talking to people, they're frustrated. They just want answers. It's been weeks now, 3-4 weeks, that these drones have been flying around and we have no answers.
Now, the officers we spoke with tell us they've seen them too on many occasions. And when the reports of drones come in, they're often able to triangulate their movements because there are so many calls along the path coming from different people in different parts of the town.
Can you tell us more about what you witnessed last night, Whit?
Yeah, it was interesting. The weather wasn't so great. And again, these objects were at a distance, but you could tell some distinct differences, right? We were watching the planes that would fly from one side of this reservoir to the other in a linear fashion. These objects would go left, they'd go right, they'd go up, they'd go down, and then they would just hover in place for a while. So there were some distinct differences. We just couldn't positively identify
and aren't
what it was.
officials using some new equipment to be able to differentiate between the two?
Yeah, and the equipment's pretty basic here. They're using flight tracker apps. So if they get a report, they go out and they're actually looking at the planes in the sky. And we were doing that too last night. So you could see the plane, say, oh, that's a Delta flight, American Airlines. And then there are these other objects that we weren't able to determine. So they're using that to provide some comfort to the residents in the area.
All right, well, thank you so much. And joining us now is the mayor of Washington Township, New Jersey, Matthew Murello. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much. I mean, we've seen all these videos, but you've witnessed it firsthand. What did you see?
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. We are now in week 4 of this, and like Whit described, these are vehicles we see in the sky. Many times we'll see multiple drones. We'll see 3, 4, 5 at a time. They appear to be traveling in some type of grid pattern, whether they're mapping or videoing, we're really not sure. But it is very bizarre. The state police told us that they have had anywhere from 4 to 180 calls a night. And once the sun comes up, they tend to go away, which is even more bizarre.
That is so strange. I know you and a bunch of other mayors have petitioned the governor for more information. Are you getting anything?
Well, we did. And I want to thank the governor for at least listening to us and receiving our letter. There were 21 mayors. We signed a letter to the governor just simply asking for more information. We did have a meeting. The governor's office called a meeting with the mayors last week. Unfortunately, the governor didn't show, which was a little disconcerting. He called the meeting and wasn't there. But we were briefed by Colonel Callahan from the state police, who told us, you're going to leave this room knowing everything we know. And here we were like, okay, here we go. We're going to find out what's going on. And then he proceeded to tell us he knew absolutely nothing more about who's flying them, where they're coming from, where they're going, and what they're doing.
Which is very disconcerting when they're hovering over your community. Federal government says there is no danger here. Do you agree? And also, why do you think there are so few answers right now?
I'd like to think that there's no danger. We have these, they haven't had any aggressive patterns. They haven't done anything other than hover, fly in erratic patterns. But if they are up there watching, videoing or something, what are they looking at? I'm the mayor of Washington Township in Morris County in northwest New Jersey. There's no national secrets out where we are. We don't have any bases. Picatinny Arsenal is in Morris County, and the Bedminster Golf Course is just south of us. So in the original, we thought possibly that area between Morristown Municipal Airport and Bedminster, possibly they were doing some videoing in preparation for President Trump, who's going to be spending some time out there. But now we're in week 4. We're still seeing drones. We continue to believe that there's no threat, but we just don't know what's going on. Yeah. And that's all we're looking for. If it is a national security issue, fine. Tell us. And we'll be fine with that.
You just want to know.
That's all I want to know.
Thank you, Mayor. We're going to turn now to the CEO murder. Luigi Mangione is planning to waive extradition from Pennsylvania, where he was arrested. He now has a New York lawyer, and Aaron Katursky has the latest on the case. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, George. The suspected killer could be here in New York early this week. A murder charge awaits.
This morning, sources tell ABC News the accused murderer of United Healthcare Chief Brian Thompson is almost certain to waive extradition from Pennsylvania, where he was arrested a week ago after someone at an Altoona McDonald's recognized him.
Indications are that the defendant may waive, but that waiver is not complete until a court proceeding.
Law enforcement sources told ABC News a task force of FBI agents and NYPD detectives spoke to Luigi Mangioni's mother the day before his arrest, after police in San Francisco informed them she had filed a missing persons report about her son, and the photo seemed to match. Sources said Mangioni's mother told the New York investigators the person in the widely shared surveillance images could be her son. He's now charged with murder and other offenses. Sources said writings police seized from him suggest Mangioni had been fixated on United Healthcare for months and gradually developed a plan to kill its chief executive. What do you do? One passage allegedly said, you whack the CEO at the annual parasitic bean counter convention. Detectives consider the writings a confession. A concern now is support for the attack across social media could encourage similar violence aimed at other healthcare executives. A threat assessment obtained by ABC News said the narratives supporting Mangioni's targeted attack likely serve to encourage like-minded individuals, particularly as Mangioni continues to be viewed by the public as an American hero and sympathetic figure.
His attorney said he would plead not guilty to every charge he faces. But over the weekend, Mangioni hired a new attorney here in New York, Karen Friedman Agnifilo. She used to be the chief assistant in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office. And guys, she used to supervise the prosecutor, who's now overseeing Mangioni's case.
Okay, Aaron, thanks very much. We're going to go overseas now to Syria, where Israel hit more military sites. And top American diplomats are meeting in the region as more of the Assad regime's brutality is revealed. Chief international correspondent James Longin has the latest.
Israeli airstrikes rocking Syria this morning and every day since Assad fell. These were the former regime's military facilities, but the strikes threatened to render a future Syrian state defenseless. Israel also continued to expand settlements in the occupied Golan Heights. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu saying Israel will continue to hold on to it, cause it to blossom and settle in it. This as Syria grapples with the reality of decades of tyranny. In a dusty field outside Damascus this morning, some of the worst discoveries of this revolution so far. Bags of human remains, apparently dumped here days before Assad fell.
What you're looking at here are bags of human remains that have been found in this field just outside Damascus. Bags of bones, essentially. They have no clue who they belong to. But on some of these bags, we've seen Farsi written. So that's an Iranian connection. We're not far here from some of the homes that Iraqi and Iranian families lived in, allies, of course, of the Assad regime. We're also not far from Air Force intelligence, which is one of the most feared intelligence branches. So it could be that this is a fraction of the disappeared, the tens of thousands of people who've gone missing under both Assad regimes.
Dumped like garbage, now retrieved with care. Abdurrahman is one of the founders of the White Helmets and has spent more than 10 years recovering the dead in Syria's civil war. Now he's recovering what Assad left behind.
This is what we believe it's really, really important for transitional justice, for the reconciliation. At the end, the families will be able to identify their loved ones.
This as the US makes direct contact with HTS, the force that drove Assad from power, stressing the urgency in bringing home American journalist and Marine Corps veteran Austin Tice, who's been missing in Syria since 2012.
We have impressed upon everyone we've been in contact with the importance of helping find Austin Tice and bringing him home.
And this morning, now former President Bashar al-Assad has released his first statement since leaving this country. He says that he didn't have any plans to leave, that he only did so when it became too dangerous and he wanted to stay and fight. It's very much his version of events. George?
Is essential. Okay, James, thanks very much. Rebecca?
Okay, George, thank you. We turn now to the Trump transition and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. meeting with lawmakers on Capitol Hill today as the polarizing HHS nominee tries to shore up support amid growing scrutiny of his views on vaccines. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is in Washington. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Rebecca. Well, Donald Trump has promised Robert F. Kennedy Jr. broad power over public health. But this morning, the big question, can Kennedy's calls for sweeping change survive Senate scrutiny? This morning, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Donald Trump's controversial pick to lead the Department of Health and Human Services, working to drum up support on Capitol Hill.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
The former independent presidential candidate turned Trump loyalist would have broad influence over the nation's public health system. If confirmed, he would oversee agencies like the Food and Drug Administration and the Centers for Disease Control and implementation of the Affordable Care Act. But this morning, he's facing skepticism in both parties, especially over his views on vaccines. For years, Kennedy has spread false theories about vaccines, claiming they're not safe and effective, even though most of the vaccines used today have been used safely for decades. In fact, vaccines are considered one of the greatest public health accomplishments of modern medicine. Still, Kennedy's personal attorney once lobbied the FDA to revoke the polio vaccine. Over the weekend, Republican leader Mitch McConnell, a survivor of polio, with a blunt warning, saying efforts to undermine public confidence in proven cures are not just uninformed, they're dangerous. Adding anyone seeking the Senate's consent to serve in the incoming administration would do well to steer clear of even the appearance of association with such efforts. Kennedy forced to clarify, his spokesman saying Kennedy believes the polio vaccine should be available to the public and thoroughly and properly studied. Some Democrats highlighting Kennedy's other positions that fall outside the medical mainstream, including his opposition to fluoride in public drinking water. But Kennedy could win over some support on the left, especially for his fight against processed foods. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders suggesting he's open to supporting him.
I'll talk to him. We're going to have a hearing on it, and it's premature to say how I will vote, or I think.
Now, Kennedy has said he doesn't oppose all vaccines. Now, today, in addition to Kennedy, Elise Stefanik, Trump's pick for UN ambassador, and Linda McMahon, who he's tapped to be the education secretary, are also up here, Robin, making the rounds.
Going to be another action-packed week there on the Hill. Thank you, Mary. And speaking of action-packed, it was an action-packed Sunday of NFL games and concern in Kansas City for Patrick Mahomes. Will Reeve, he's got it all covered for us.
I do, Robin. Good morning. There were a number of injuries in the NFL yesterday, and a big scary moment and potentially significant with the Kansas City Chiefs. They still have the best record in the NFL, but this moment here with Patrick Mahomes getting injured, he hurts his ankle. He leaves the game, and he would not return. Now, Coach Andy Reid says the foot is not broken, but it is something to watch as the Chiefs go for the three-peat here. Another scary moment in the Dolphins-Texans game. Wide receiver Grant Dubose gets hit in the head off of this throw from Tua Tagovailoa. They had to stop the game for a significant amount of time. He was stretchered off to an awaiting ambulance. The team saying he is in stable condition and will be evaluated further today.
It is tough to see those types of injuries.
It really is.
We saw a possible Super Bowl preview.
And if it is, sign us up. What a game this was between the Lions and the Bills. The Buffalo Bills coming into Detroit with a 10-3 record, facing the 12-1 Lions. MVP frontrunner Josh Allen rushing for 2 touchdowns, throwing for 2 more. He would have had a third passing TD with extra style points, but play got called back for holding. Allen had 430 total yards on the day.
Wow.
The Bills hanging on to win a thriller 48-42.
And those Bills fans, they're hungry.
Bills Mafia, ready to go.
And no snow, so they made it well.
They're good. Well, yeah, the Lions play in a dome, so it was fun.
Well, there's that.
That's why there was so much offense.
And we got the Monday night games. We got the Monday night.
2 of them tonight.
Yeah, 2 tonight. Coming up, Will's going to be back to tell us about NFL Hall of Famer Randy Moss, who has revealed that he just had major surgery because of cancer.
Also ahead, 9 days until the holidays, we've got details on the possible Amazon workers' strike.
Plus, the real-life Grinch caught on camera. Janae Norman has that.
George, I hoped that they would bring up your camera. It is. It's a story that'll make you say, hold on. Stolen inflatable Santas? We'll explain. George, you're not a Grinch.
Oh, no.
Thank you, Janae.
Sightings.
Oh, yes. More Santa. And by the way, Moana 2, we've got a live performance. We'll be right back.
Timon and Pumbaa are back. Oh, yes, they are. Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen starring as our favorite meerkat and warthog duo in Mufasa, The Lion King. And Billy is here making a pitch for a spinoff.
Just makes you smile.
It does.
Yes, finding a lot of headlines right now. Questions continue about a series of drone sightings in the Northeast in recent weeks. In Boston, 2 men are facing charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to Logan Airport. Also, a rare tornado touched down this weekend in Scotts Valley, California, south of San Francisco. Twister overturned cars, knocked down trees, caused multiple injuries. The EF1 tornado brought winds up to 90 miles an hour.
Also right now, a race against time to prevent an environmental disaster in the Black Sea as 2 Russian oil tankers ran aground during a storm. one of them splitting in two with streaks of oil visible in the water. It happened in the Kerch Strait, a key route for exports of oil as well as Russian grain. And take a look at this supreme debut. That is Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. She made her Broadway debut over the weekend. She took the stage in the cast of Anne Juliet that made her the first black female justice to perform on Broadway. And it was a dream come true for the justice. She wrote in her memoir about her love of theater as a teenager, and she studied theater.
And she was in it.
She gave it her all. That was a stat worthy of you. The first black women's Supreme Court justice to appear on Broadway.
On Broadway. On Broadway. And we've got a lot more ahead, including the thieves caught on camera stealing Christmas. Just don't do this. But we do have the pictures of someone who did, and that's coming up.
But now to the NFL fans and players offering support for Hall of Fame wide receiver Randy Moss, who just revealed his cancer diagnosis. Will, you're back with those details for us.
Hi again, Robin. Randy Moss is one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history. He's become beloved as a football analyst on TV, and in recent weeks he had taken to social media asking for prayer warriors to lift him up. He's now sharing his cancer battle.
I didn't think I would ever be in a position like this.
This morning, NFL Hall of Famer Randy Moss revealing he has cancer and is recovering from a Whipple procedure, a 6-hour operation to remove malignant tumors. Moss, one of the greatest wide receivers in NFL history, sharing an update with fans on Instagram Friday, calling himself a cancer survivor, revealing his operation was to address bile duct cancer found between his liver and pancreas.
Some trying times, of course, but we made it through. And for that, I thank you all.
The 47-year-old, who played 14 seasons in the NFL, making 5 Pro Bowls with the Minnesota Vikings and a 6th in his first record-breaking year with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, stepped away from his role as an analyst on ESPN's Sunday NFL Countdown on December 6th amid concerns for his health. The football community rallying to support the legend, donning his number 84 in his honor.
So much respect for him and what he's done for me in my journey.
Our heart, obviously, is with you. Our prayers, all our positive energy. We love you so much, man.
Current Vikings head coach and Moss's former Patriots teammate Kevin O'Connell sharing his feelings about Moss with GMA.
Randy is an unbelievable person. We're going to be with him every step of the way. He means the world to the Minnesota Vikings fans everywhere. Hopefully he knows that we're with him every step of the way and have nothing but love for Randy Moss.
Moss says he will undergo radiation and chemotherapy and plans to return to the public eye.
As soon as I get healthy, to get back out there with you guys, I promise you, I will be on set. Hopefully I can get with you guys soon. My goal is to get back on that television with my team.
And we hope that happens soon. There is no timetable for Moss's recovery or return to TV, but we are all rooting for him. We hope he gets back soon. And for more on Moss from his old teammate and current Vikings coach, Kevin O'Connell, you can tune into GMA tomorrow. I sat down with him over the weekend. We had a great conversation about Randy, about the Vikings' success, and so much more, and that's here.
All right. And so many people in Minnesota. I can speak for the Vikings fans in Minnesota. We're all rooting for him.
For sure. One of the all-time greats.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. Okay, now we turn to the so-called real estate brothers expected in federal court today as these 3 brothers face sex trafficking and assault charges. Eva Pilgrim is here with the latest on that. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Rebecca. 2 of the brothers, the twins, are expected in federal court today as they try to get bail. Their family has put up a multi-million-dollar home in Bell Harbor, an office building, and 3 residences in Miami Beach to help get them out. They lived a life of luxury and privilege. This morning, all 3 waking up in prisons.
The Alexander brothers, Tal, Orrin, and twin Alan, millionaires, once part of the who's who of the party scene in New York and Miami, this morning behind bars, accused of sexually assaulting dozens of women for more than a decade. Tal and Orrin Alexander were well-known real estate moguls, once part of the top echelon of Douglas Elliman luxury real estate, before forming their own firm, Official Partners.
At Official, we look at some of the top luxury brands in luxury goods space.
But according to a federal indictment, prosecutors allege the brothers used the promise of luxury experiences, travel, and accommodations to lure and entice women to locations where they were then forcibly raped or sexually assaulted, sometimes by multiple men, including one or more of the Alexander brothers.
Prosecutors also accused the Alexander brothers of procuring drugs, including cocaine and GHB, a sedative sometimes used as a party drug, and frequently spiking women's drinks before allegedly taking advantage of them.
We allege that these drugs caused some of the women to be physically unable to fight back or to escape.
All three are charged with conspiracy and forced sex trafficking. Friday, a state judge granting the 37-year-old twins bail, but they are still behind bars this morning, waiting to face federal charges later today.
The judge granted bail on behalf of the boys, and we're grateful, and the boys are innocent.
A federal judge already denying bond for the oldest brother, 38-year-old Tal.
We're very disappointed, and we're going to go weigh our options.
Tal Alexander's attorney going on to say, we will continue to fight to prove Tal's innocence. He is expected at some point to be transferred here to Manhattan. The federal case coming out of the Southern District of New York. George.
Okay, Eva, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to a neighborhood hit by holiday thefts of giant inflatable Santas. One of the thefts was caught on a doorbell camera. Janae Norman's been looking at the video.
I like that you held in that smile, George, because you wanted to. It's a holiday story that it feels light enough, but think about really how much time, energy, and money goes into putting up those holiday decorations. That poor Santa, is he running from us or falling to us? Those decorations, you put them up to spread cheer and to celebrate, but imagine the frustration when that is snatched away literally right from your front yard.
I must stop this Christmas from coming. But how?
He's the iconic character who steals Christmas. But this morning, a real-life Grinch caught on camera stealing Santas. Surveillance video shows the alleged thief pulling up in front of this San Diego home, getting out of the car, approaching the inflatable Santa, deflating the decoration, and carrying it back to the vehicle.
My husband woke me up and said, our Santa's missing.
Clarice Oz sharing that video, saying that the thief struck around 3:30 in the morning, and he didn't stop there. With the lane lined with St. Nick's, he snatched her friend Santa's too.
My two girlfriends, Anne and Kim, who live on the north and south end of the street, both of theirs were stolen too. It was a Grinch action, but the reaction from the community, it brings us together, it makes us bond, it makes us go to each other's houses and help each other put up their new Santa. Nothing's going to hinder my Christmas spirit.
And in Michigan, another thief caught on camera stealing Christmas decorations from this front lawn just hours after they were put up, taking them back to an SUV before returning again for more decorations, making 3 trips in total.
We don't make a ton of money, but we enjoy what we spend, and when it gets taken away from you, it kicks you in the gut a little bit.
Why take just Santa when you can get the peppermints too? No, so those decorations, ways to make sure that they're not taken, securing them down. That's first and foremost. Anything like weights or, I know that you have to even think about it, but you don't want to get them taken. Also those motion activated cameras so you can help with the investigation, because in San Diego that investigation's ongoing. Light up your yard as much as possible. Mark your decorations. We're laughing because it's simple enough, but especially in San Diego, all those big Santas, it's a thing for that neighborhood, so for them to be stolen, it's just mean.
Yeah. Bah humbug.
It is. Totally.
Thank you, Janae.
Now, with one of the hot debates surrounding the holiday season, we're talking about tipping. You got to tell us more about this.
Well, and here you turn to me for this hot debate where I'm going to get myself in trouble inevitably on this in some way, but we do see those tipping screens everywhere. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is the tipping of the people who regularly help you and provide services to you throughout the year. It's both a financial question, but it's really an etiquette question, which is why I had to consult the Emily Post Institute. So the people on that holiday tip list, they include people like your babysitter. They recommend giving a night's pay. Your hairstylist and that salon staff. You can tip the cost of a visit divided among the staff. Your trash collector. I think this is a good one. The trash collector works very hard, especially here in New York City. Tip them $10 to $30 each. Anyone else who provides you regular services, think about putting them on your list.
Oh, wow. And what are the rules from the Postal Service on all this?
So I didn't realize this going into this, but apparently mail carriers are not allowed to accept tips. I didn't know this, but they can take some small gifts worth less than $20. They're not supposed to take cash or gift cards. And speaking of the type of payment, so the folks at Emily Post say that the old adage, cash is king. George is shaking his head.
Yes.
He's shaking his head, absolutely. Yeah, well, people nowadays are paying with these apps more frequently, like the Cash App or Venmo or that kind of thing. People prefer cash, so use cash, although these digital apps are now creeping in. One of our staffers here at GMA received a note from her sanitation workers with a QR code for tipping. So the amount to tip, again, it's up to you. These are some basic guidelines that we're providing for people. And as I have to say, you know, financial correspondent here, be smart about it too. Don't overextend yourself, because what you don't want to be in is a situation next year where you're paying back credit card debt and really under it.
Okay.
But think about the people who help you.
That's
they work really hard.
And you know.
You know. Do. Yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. I didn't like it. I wrote a comment.
Larry is back with Play of the Day. Boy, these lookalike contests are hot.
They're so hot, and this is a great one. I mean, this had to happen, everybody. Former Eagle, All-Pro center, and now ESPN analyst extraordinaire Jason Kelce. He's really having a moment, so no surprise that fans organized a Jason Kelce lookalike contest in Philadelphia's Rittenhouse Square, where Kelce doppelgangers competed for the top spot. One person commenting, "It's amazing, they all look like cousins." Another added, "Welcome to the Kelceverse." After lots of entries, lots of cheering, it came down to the final three. And here they are.
You're Jason Kelce. I'm Jason Kelce.
Jason, George guessed third guy. It was, in fact, the third guy in that sweatshirt there, holding a case of Garage Beer. That's the brand of beer co-owned by Jason. He was picked as the winner, and perhaps the best part of the story, after the event, the real Jason changed his photo on X to a picture of one of the finalists. Is it art imitating life? Life imitating art? Not sure, but it's all good. Makes us smile.
They were really good. All right. Oh, go on Lara's Instagram. Her mom, hysterical. That's what we were talking about.
Thank you.
Go on her Instagram.
Like it.
And comment.
We're back with the right stuff.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Drone mystery deepens. Calls for action growing louder. This morning, 2 men facing charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to a Boston airport. Another airport closed runways after multiple sightings nearby. Overnight, Whit Johnson along for the ride, on patrol scouting the skies.
When the sun goes down, they're coming out. When the sun goes up, they're not.
What they saw using a flight tracker, and why some police say their community is on edge.
Thrifting a gift. How to save by going to a secondhand shop. It's not re-gifting, but refreshing something special. Outgoing Vintage can save you big during the holidays.
Hakuna Matata. And get ready to laugh, because Billy Eichner is live in Times Square.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story.
Talking all about his return to Timon in Mufasa, The Lion King, and so much more. And we are beyond excited. Grammy winners Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear are live in Times Square to perform their smash hit from Moana 2. And it's not Emily's first time here.
A 7-year-old piano prodigy. She played for the president. This morning she's playing an original song written just for us.
Wait until you see the moment we pulled from the GMA vault. As we say,
Good morning, America!
Live in Times Square, this is GMA.
Oh, good Monday morning to you all. The Moana 2 songwriters, Abigail Barlow, Emily Bear, they're here and they're surrounded by some of their biggest and littlest fans. Barlow and Bear have a special performance from Moana 2, and that is coming up.
It's the soundtrack of our lives as parents, Robin. And tomorrow on GMA, Show Me the Money, the holiday edition with Will Reeve. We can't wait for that. Also ahead this morning, we're live in Philadelphia at the famous Craftsman Row Saloon to celebrate the holidays as only they can, with bright lights and milkshakes. And I can't wait to find out if there's malt in that.
Happy crew right there. First look at the top stories breaking
breaking today. We start with the drone sightings high above the East Coast and the growing demand from residents and lawmakers for answers. Whit Johnson also went looking for answers. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, George. Good morning to you. Well, calls of these drone sightings are pouring into police departments night after night. People are increasingly frustrated as federal authorities insist there's nothing to fear, but still can't explain what people are seeing in the sky.
This morning in Boston, 2 men facing charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to Logan Airport. Officers able to make the arrest after using advanced unmanned monitoring technology to identify the location, flight history, and operator position. This comes amid growing concerns about a series of unexplained drone sightings in the Northeast in recent weeks. The Biden administration insisting it has no evidence to suggest a national security threat or foreign involvement, but promising more resources to help solve the mystery. The Monmouth County Sheriff's Office posting this heat map of reported sightings, while federal officials reiterate many of these reported sightings are airplanes or legally operated civilian drones. Sometimes distinguishing the difference can be difficult. We went on patrol with the Clinton Township Police Department.
Once the sun goes down, these drones come out. Once the sun comes up, they're gone. Some calls will be one drone hovering over the house. A few days ago, we got 30 drones.
Within minutes, we spotted lights hovering over a large New Jersey reservoir.
You see how slow these ones are moving? The 2 that are on a flight radar, and then that one, the plane, is moving quick. These kind of just hover, go really slow.
In the dark, the distance, and with cloudy skies, we couldn't positively identify exactly what the objects were. But Officer Francesca Escudero describes a community on edge.
How would you describe the mood in this town right now with everything that's going on?
From when I've been talking to people, they're frustrated. They just want answers.
And many of the officers have also seen these drones firsthand, and they're using simple tools like flight tracker apps. So when they respond to a call, it can help them differentiate between planes and possible drones, providing some comfort to residents reporting those sightings. Robin?
And they are looking for comfort and answers. Okay, Whit, as always, thank you. I'm going to turn now to Amazon facing potential strike just 9 days before Christmas and Hanukkah. Elizabeth Schulze has the latest for us. Good morning to you, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. The threat of this strike comes during the mad dash to deliver all of those holiday gifts. The Teamsters Union says that it gave Amazon a deadline of yesterday, December 15th, to come to the bargaining table over new contract terms for more than 5,000 workers at 2 of its warehouses in New York. The union writing in a statement, Amazon is pushing its workers closer to the picket line by failing to address concerns about low wages and dangerous working conditions. Amazon tells us for more than a year now, the Teamsters have misled the public, calling this another attempt to push a false narrative. Amazon operates hundreds of warehouses across the U.S., so even if a strike at 2 of these facilities starts in the coming days, it could have a limited impact nationwide on the shipment of holiday gifts, especially if they're already out on the truck for delivery. So bottom line, Amazon packages should still arrive on time, but for all of the last-minute shoppers out there, still want to keep an eye on your tracking information, guys.
That is key. All right, Elizabeth, thank you. Coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, going thrifting for great gifting, how secondhand stores could help you save.
Also ahead, our parenting playbook. With the holidays right around the corner, we are looking at gift giving and receiving and how to focus the kids on gratitude and joy.
And Lori Bergamato here with the right stuff, the presents that are trending online. Larry's upstairs with a special guest.
Hi, George. Yeah, Hakuna Matata. No worries, because this guy is here. There he is. Billy Eichner, everybody, making his return as the voice of Timon and Mufasa, the Lion King. We're going to talk to him and have a lot of fun coming up on GMA, so stay with us.
We are back with our GMA cover story. It's about secondhand gifting. If you're hoping to save money on holiday shopping, Ariel Reshef is here with how to do it. Good morning, Ariel.
Hey, good morning to you, George. This idea may seem a little out of the box, but think of it not as regifting, but more like getting a one-of-a-kind present for a special person in your life. You can go high-end vintage or designer without having to break the bank.
This holiday season, what's old or gently used is new again, with thrifting, a growing gift-giving trend.
I have found so much stuff. The hunt is so much fun.
Secondhand shopping soaring in popularity.
You can find something really unique and special from a couple of decades ago that your recipient has never seen before. The younger the shopper, so the Gen Zers are really into this.
As consumers look for creative ways to save while snagging a special something for that special someone. A 2024 Gallup poll predicting shoppers are expected to spend more than $1,000 to put presents under the tree. And this year, more and more people are turning to resale vendors like Facebook Marketplace, The RealReal, and more to score pre-owned items.
I saw this on Facebook Marketplace. The lady listed it as a bundle. A crazy price for this bundle. I'll have to list it. I think it was like $20 for all of this stuff.
Mother of two, Kylie Rice says she's been thrifting for herself as long as she can remember. And she says this year, buying secondhand gifts saved her $500.
There is definitely more of the hunt, which I love about it. If you hit one store that is not really a good find for you, keep going, keep looking.
Georgia mother Bailey Webb slashed her Christmas cost by more than $1,000 with an added environmental benefit.
Even if it's gently used, that is still an amazing savings for you and will help cut back on the amount of landfill plastics and the amount of things we throw out every year.
Lots of benefits here, and thrifting experts say, especially if it's for babies, be sure the gift is still considered safe and there are no recalls. If you're buying for an adult, you can find some amazing jewelry and gems at estate sales. If you're buying online, be sure to know the condition of the item, and if it's returnable. Lara and I are experts at this. Experts say it's good to be upfront with the person you bought for, that this is a pre-loved, pre-owned gift with lots of thought poured into it. By the way, fun fact, thrifted. Both of us.
Yes, my queen.
I love pre-loved.
I love that.
Pre-loved instead of pre-owned. Pre-loved.
I just gave vintage holiday glassware to someone and they loved it. Vintage. It's much better than used.
Eco-friendly too.
Exactly.
Yes.
So chic.
Let's go over to Rebecca.
And we love the thrill of the hunt, George. Okay, thank you. We're turning now to our parenting playbook for the holidays. It can be a magical time, but it can also be stressful for both kids and parents. And our parenting expert, Ericka Souter, is here with some ways to keep everyone happy without going overboard. I'm so glad you're here, Ericka. Good morning. This is, I've talked to so many friends about this. The worst part of the holiday is seeing your kid look at a gift and then move on to the next thing and not understanding gratitude and joy and really the meaning of the season.
Here's what I suggest. Instead of there being a mountain of gifts that they're going to forget about by summer, plan experiences. Get creative.
Yeah.
Take them on a trip. If you have a little kid who's into firemen, take them to the fire station. So there's so many things that you can do to kind of compensate and make it a fun, memorable holiday.
We have a question from Anita, a mom here in New York City, about managing expectations. Let's take a look.
My kids wrote a very long list to Santa this year. How should I explain to them that the holiday is not about getting everything you want and that you may not get everything on your list?
Okay, so not everybody will get everything on their wish list, and that's okay.
That is absolutely okay. Make it clear, manage expectations. It's okay to say everyone gets one big gift from their list, but everything else will be small stocking stuffers. And you also want to change the vibe of the holiday. Now, if the holiday has a religious meaning to your family, share that with your kids. Take them to services or have them participate in ceremonies, but also let them know that this is about giving back. I love having mandatory give back activity. I give my kids each a box. They have to fill it with gently used toys, electronics, and clothes they don't want anymore, and then we donate them. Or have them go invite an elderly neighbor who doesn't have family in town.
Such an important part of this season as well. We also have a question from Melinda. Let's take a look.
What should parents do when their kids begin to compare gifts they got over the holidays with one another? What should we say when they think that someone else got more or something better than them?
This is a big one. Kids are always comparing, especially when it comes to electronics or big gifts. Now, you want to validate their feelings because, yes, they feel the way they feel, but don't try to fix it. Don't try to compensate for that, because it's really important for kids to experience tough emotions. If they don't, they turn out bratty and entitled. Let them know that life isn't always fair in their mind.
Right.
And some kids have things that they don't have.
My dad said it to me all the time as a kid. Life isn't fair, Becky. And now I know. Thank you, Ericka. We really appreciate it. And we're going to have more parenting playbook tips for the holidays all week. And tomorrow, we're talking about what to do when your relatives don't share the same parenting techniques. Now, time for you, Lara. Pop news.
Thank you. Come on over. We're going to begin this morning with Lady Gaga, everybody. She's bringing some holiday cheer for us, dropping a brand new song overnight. It's a cover of Santa Claus is Coming to Town as only Gaga can do it. She puts her own spin on this holiday classic. Here it is. Come on, that is so good. And it's not the only Christmas surprise that we're giving you this morning or getting from Gaga. She's also making an appearance in a carpool karaoke Christmas. It's on Apple TV+. She's alongside Chappell Roan and Dua Lipa. The streamer dropped the trailer for the special just this morning. Gaga, Chappell, and Dua singing a mix of holiday songs and their own hits. And it's not James Corden behind the wheel. Instead, it's Apple's Zane Lowe. So something different for you. A Carpool Karaoke Christmas is streaming now on Apple TV+. And Lady Gaga's Santa Claus is Coming to Town is streaming everywhere. So you can enjoy both right now.
There's a lot of new Christmas music that is coming out.
Yeah, it's fun. It's getting us all in the spirit. I'm happy to bring it to you.
And that's a great crew, too.
Yeah, unbelievable. Hey, also in pop news this morning and TV news, everybody's favorite Crazy Family is coming back to our screens almost 25 years to the date after Malcolm in the Middle debuted. Disney has announced that the show is making a return, and they've gotten all of the original cast. Frankie, Bryan Cranston, check this out.
It's been 25 years since we premiered Malcolm in the Middle. I'm so excited.
What a delight that I get to yell at that kid again.
I have been waiting for this moment for 18 years. Let's find out where Malcolm and his family are now.
Jane Kaczmarek is right there. She said she cannot wait for this to get going. There will be 4 new episodes of this series where we'll see Malcolm and his daughter get drawn back into the family chaos when his parents, Hal and Lois, demand his presence for their 40th wedding anniversary party. What could go wrong? No word yet on the premiere date, but all the episodes will stream on Disney+. So glad they were able to get the crew back together. And then finally, guys, 9 days till Christmas. 9 days and counting. And there may be no better place to celebrate than Philadelphia's most festive restaurant, the Craftsman Row Saloon. The stats are staggering when it comes to what they have done there. The number of lights, the ornaments, the decorations they put up every year. And our Morgan Norwood is there to kick off the week with some serious holiday spirit and meet the brother-sister duo behind the merry and bright business. Good morning to you, Morgan.
Hi, good morning to you, Lara. That's right, Christmas cheer is on the menu here at Craftsman's Row. I mean, we were talking lights, tinsel, and treats that are sure to make your taste buds jingle all the way. You see what I did there? In terms of the specs, you ran them down really quickly, but we are talking about 60,000 ornaments. That's what you're looking at. 20,000 lights, garland for days. I mean, toys, treats, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it really is truly magical. And I have got the magic makers and the masterminds behind this. So you've got George and Vasiliki. Talk to me about what goes into creating this winter wonderland.
So a lot of passion about this magical time of the year and hard work putting it together, but we love it, and it's so rewarding when we see people's faces.
George, we have quite the spread here. I mean, milkshakes, holiday items. I mean, talk to me about what we have.
Here we have our Christmas dinner burger. We have our seasonal wreath here. We have the lasagna burger right there and the candy cane caprese. But of course, we can't forget the milkshakes.
Yeah, I've been eyeing those all morning long. Talk to me about the different ones we have. Specifically, this is the one that I've been trying to, sneak and try throughout the morning here.
Yeah, it's the all I want, but I guess it's all you want. So we have the all I want right here. We have eggnog inside. We have an ornament on top with a sugar cookie. We have a little garnishing of sugar candies as well. And then right here we have our fabulous with house-made Yule cake, chocolate ice cream, Yule inside, blended with a little bit of sprinkles on top and a rock candy. And here are Santa's cookies. So this is special for Santa. We have here cookie dough ice cream, cookie dough as well inside. Then we have a little bit of cookies garnished and a delicious shake.
Yeah, all of the ingredients spread out here. We're gonna go ahead and give this one a try in honor of the Queen of Christmas herself, Mariah Carey. Yeah. Let's see how this tastes. Oh my goodness. tastes just like Christmas. Sugar cookie, all the things, incredible. This is really the breakfast of champions right here, guys.
Do they offer it to go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a to-go box would be much
We'll get it wrapped
appreciated.
up for you.
Enjoy. You know they're all waiting to dive in. Like, get off TV so we can eat. So we can eat.
And the festive lights, they did a beautiful job.
Yeah. Thank you, Morgan, and everyone there. I love this, the right stuff. Now to our jolly holiday countdown. Lori Bergamatto is here to kick off the right stuff gift guide series. Lori, this morning we are highlighting products that are trending online. You always look so festive. You're in it to win it.
I am in it to win it. Have you finished all of your holiday shopping?
You've got to start to be able to finish.
Oh,
get in there,
Robin.
get in there,
well,
get in
we're
there.
going to start right now.
All right.
This is the Ninja Crispy.
All the rage.
It is all the rage. So you know Ninja, it always sells out when they launch a new product. But you guys, the Crispy is back in stock.
Wow.
So let me explain to you why this thing has already gone viral. It is an air fryer. Now we know air fryers make quicker, healthier meals, so families really love them. It's a great gift to give to somebody who's maybe just starting out or to families busy. I love this as a busy parent. Now, what's so different about this, Robin, I'm gonna lift this up here.
Okay.
You can see that the lid just has sort of a heated fan, whereas the conventional air fryer has that big basket.
True.
So it takes up a lot of space. This doesn't.
It's very compact. This is very compact.
Very compact. It also nests and stores, and it does so much. You can prep, you can cook, you can serve, you can store, you can re-crisp the Crispy. With these, it comes with 2 different serving sizes. It is a fantastic gift for anyone.
Okay.
Yes.
And this makeup.
Okay, I'm sure you've seen this, right? So this is from Tarte. Tarte is one of those brands that transcends age. Everybody loves Tarte. So one of the reasons we chose this today is they have this TikTok made me buy it bundle because so many of us are shopping that way on TikTok, and it's up front there. It has the concealer, their shape tape. One of those is sold every 4 seconds. That's how popular it is, you guys. I know. Their Maracuja lip gloss is incredible. It's really juicy, really hydrating, and it also comes with their tubing mascara. And when you buy some of these sets, Robin, like you've got this palette here, and this set here, you can get 4 of those for less than the price of 2 full ones. So you really want to pay attention to their gift offerings and those sets. These start at $25, and again, something for every single person on your list.
Okay, Stanley, hundreds of thousands followers on TikTok.
Insane. They have swept the nation. So the Quencher is what we're talking about today. Obviously, they're always iterating and innovating, so there's always new colors. But I'm not sure if you saw this because it just came out like 2 weeks ago. This is the new Flip Straw Pro Tour Tumbler. So what's different about this is probably the Stanley you're used to with the straw like this.
Right.
But when you go to throw that in the bag, sometimes it can get all over everything. Not with these guys. It flips so you can take it traveling, commuting. It's fantastic. But if you're, the recipient already has a Stanley, and who among us doesn't, you can always use another one, but also there are accessories, really fun accessories to be had. We have straw covers, we have a boot, and we have the little fanny pack, because Pack Your Stanley is trending online. So people even pack, these accessories are from Amazon. You can have a whole snack bowl and take it, or even split your drink and do water and iced tea.
That is great.
So really fun things there. And Touchland, this is like the most sold dermatologist approved hand sanitizer. I don't know if you want to give it a try. $10, a fantastic stocking stuffer. 22,000 likes on TikTok. People are obsessed with this brand.
Cannot keep it in stock.
You can't, and it's hydrating and fast drying.
Okay, and this jewelry?
And who doesn't love a little sparkle and shine from Bauble Bar? You can get these, and they feel like they're personalized, but they're in stock. So it's like getting a custom gift with your initial, but you don't have to wait for someone to monogram it. You have to order everything you're seeing today, though, you guys, because as we know, time is of the essence.
That's right, and all these products are shoppable on our website. We thank you.
Thank you.
You got the right stuff.
We got to get you shopping, Robin.
I know. Coming up, oh my gosh, Moana 2 songwriters Barlow and Bear. They are going to perform live. You can see the young fans that they have. They can't wait.
What did you do?
You wanted something festive.
You made me a Santa burger.
It's no big deal.
He has a hat and everything.
Yeah, I just cut a piece of Wonder Bread, poured on a little ketchup, piped on a little cream cheese.
No one has ever made me something quite this disgusting before.
Welcome back. Gilmore Girls have a present for us just in time for the holidays. The entire series now available on Hulu.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, let's go to Robin.
That is awesome. This is awesome. Moana 2 continuing to make waves at the box office after having the biggest 5-day opening of all time. All these kids, from children of Promise NYC are here to celebrate. And one thing, yes, lovely having you here. And one thing they love is the music. Grammy-winning songwriters Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear, known as Barlow and Bear, created the memorable soundtrack, and they join us. Well, you join us again. We'll get to that in just a moment. Bless you. My goodness, 2.5 years it took to write this music, and you worked one-on-one with the cast. So what was it like, you know, to work with Dwayne? Can I get a chee-hoo? How was that?
Oh my gosh, he's such a stand-up guy and truly worked so hard. Like, the rock work ethic does not play around. We asked him if he wanted a break many times at the studio, and he said, no, I'm good, let's do it again. Go back.
Oh, he knew who he was working with. Abigail Bear, he knew what he was working with, Abigail. Okay, now, Emily, you're welcome back to GMA. Can we go to the GMA vault? Because you were about this age the first time that you appeared. Look at you!
Oh my
Look at you, Emily. Do you remember that?
You know, I do, because I also remember meeting Selena Gomez, and I was freaking out, and there's a picture of us somewhere. And so I do have a vivid memory of that.
Well, to be a prodigy like that. And congratulations to you both, because you are the youngest, and you are the first woman duo to write music for a Disney animated film.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know.
Did you?
You never expect to be a part of a stat like that. And I mean, we didn't realize that until we were already like a year into writing it. But we're doing what we love, and if that kind of shines a light on something that has been neglected for a long time and opened doors for more people, then job done.
I know.
So,
but thank you for the joy. Thank you for the absolute joy that you bring us each and every time. Do you want to hear a little music right now?
Maybe we should. I don't know.
Everyone is loving the songs on the big screen. If you haven't seen Moana 2, go see it. It's in theaters now. And right now, Barlow and Bear with a song they wrote for the film. Here is Beyond.
I know these stars above the ocean. Now new skies call me by name, and suddenly nothing feels the same. I know the path that must be chosen, but this is bigger than before. Winds have changed, tides turn me far away from shore. What waits for me? Forever far from home, from everything and everyone I've ever known. What lies beyond, under skies I've never seen? Will I lose myself between my home and what's unknown? If I go beyond, leaving all I love behind, with the future of our people still defined, can I go beyond? There is destiny in motion, and it's only just begun. Now will this life I've worked so hard for come undone? They're calling me, I must reply, but if I leave, how could I ever say goodbye? What lies beyond? 'Cause although I don't know when I will reach these sands again, and I know who I am. I am a wonder of the land and of the sea, and I promise that it's who I'll always be. I must go, I will go, then we'll know what lies beyond.
I'm sorry, I already laughing.
I know. We're back now with Billy Eichner. You know him from Billy on the Street, in some circles, Jimmy on the Street, Parks and Recs, and Bros. He's back now as Timon in Mufasa, the Lion King. Welcome back. Great to see you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So tell us about Mufasa.
Mufasa, it comes out this Friday. It's a prequel to The Lion King. It's the Mufasa origin story. You see how Mufasa and Scar became who we know them to be. And Barry Jenkins directed it, Academy Award winner. Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote all new songs. I just saw it. It is truly spectacular. It really is.
And you're already pitching a sequel?
Yes, Seth Rogen plays Pumbaa. I play Timon, and we are adamant that the Disney Corporation makes a sequel. A Timon and Pumbaa prequel. Yes, I think that the world demands it, I think.
Nothing's been said. You're just putting it out to the universe, isn't it?
We're putting it out there. Yeah, we need people to go online. We need people marching in the streets. Yes, we need a Timon and Pumbaa prequel. But I'm very happy for people to see Mufasa first.
We are too.
Yeah.
You and Seth, how much of it is just you improvising there in the recording studio?
Yeah, we improvise a shocking amount of it.
Really? They let you?
Yeah, and what's even more rare for a big animated epic like this is that they keep 90% of what we improvise in the movie. And then they have to animate around us.
How does it work if you're improvising? Do they have to redo all the...
Well, no, they haven't animated it yet when we start. They have like sketches, they have some of it done, but they encourage us to improvise, and then they spend years animating the nonsense that Seth Rogen and I say in the studio. Disney spends $100 million to animate whatever like nonsense came out of my mouth. But no, it's really fun.
It totally works. Let's take a look, everybody.
So just to be clear, we're not in this story?
It feels a little bit like Heroes is stealing my thunder here.
Yeah, you know, I don't feel seen.
No, there's a lot of stories with all of us. Tell one of those.
Can I make one small suggestion? Less childhood drama, more meerkat.
Rafiki, I know who Taka's gonna be.
Oh, me too. It's so obvious. But maybe just so we're on the same page, tell me, is it Simba? Is it me?
Pumbaa.
Oh, wait. Am I Obasi? That makes no sense. But seriously, I have one question. Am I Taka?
So funny.
Yeah, and so much of that was improvised.
Really?
Yeah.
Just do you crack up in the booth? Are you guys together or no?
We're together. That's also amazing because a lot of times with these animated films, the actors record separately, but we always, Seth Rogen and I always record together. And we're basically trying to make each other laugh. And then, 3 years later, someone in China's watching it. It's a crazy process.
How does one get in the headspace of a meerkat?
I'm a method actor. Yeah, I live with meerkats for months leading up to the recording session. But no, I think they hired Seth and I to bring our personalities to it. So what's cool is that Timon has a very big personality, and then they squeeze it into this little meerkat body. And I always love seeing it come together.
Yeah, any other animals you just can't wait to play?
Oh man, I think a giraffe would be fun. Can you see me as a giraffe? I think that's what the world wants.
I wanted to ask you about being seen as Jimmy on the Street. That's a reference to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift meeting you. I guess it was at Madonna's party.
Yeah, I didn't expect this story to get around so much. But I told this story recently. I was at an Oscar party this year, and I walk in, and Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were there. I don't know them at all, And then later on in the night, I'm standing there with a friend talking to someone, and I feel like a very bro-y, strong pat on my back. And most actors are short. Let's just say that's true. I'm very tall, but I'm not used to having to look up at someone at one of these parties. And I look up, and it's Travis Kelce patting me on the back, and then he says very loudly, he shouts, "Jimmy on the Street, I love you, man." And he is beaming. He had a curse word in there, but it's morning TV, so I didn't say it. "Jimmy on the Street, I love you, man." And he was so happy to see me, and he said it with such confidence. I couldn't bring myself to tell him my name is Billy, and it's Billy on the Street, because he clearly, was a fan, but it was so funny. And then he kept fist bumping me throughout the night. Jimmy, and that's not a way I usually communicate, through fist bump. But he was very sweet, and I was very flattered, but it was really funny.
That's a great story. That story's got legs. You're going to be telling that story for
I hope so. Maybe Disney will animate that. I'll do anything.
So many ideas, so many times.
But is there a dream role that you have? Is there a dream?
Oh man, it would be fun if I'm gonna do another Disney film. It would be fun to play the villain in something. I think I'm very believable as being evil and self-centered. So I think that would be a good fit.
Or maybe that's part of the origin story. Maybe there's a dark side.
Maybe there's a dark side to Timon.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Do we get an agent's fee today for all these stories?
Exactly. I'll give you guys 10%.
Thank you for coming on. Always so much fun.
Always so great.
Mufasa the Lion King opens in theaters this Friday. Let's go to
wait.
Greg Dutra for the weather.
Hey, and listen, we're doing a pitch meeting right now. What about we redo Aladdin and he's Iago? Then he's the villain. And he would totally fit in. All right, so next we have an exclusive look at the cover of a new book from #1 on the New York Times best-selling. It's Frida McFadden, the author of The Tenant. It's a psychological thriller about an ad exec who gets laid off and is forced to take in a tenant to help pay the mortgage. Everybody has to pay bills, right? Spoiler alerts. It does not go as planned. The Tenant hits bookstores nationwide on May 6, 2025.
To the Earthshot Report, it's Prince William teaming up with Hannah Waddingham to preview the new documentary about the Prince's Earthshot Prize, looking for innovative solutions to help save our planet. Take a look.
I was going to open your door for you.
No,
Hello,
don't you,
sir.
Diana. How are
Great
you?
to see you.
Oh, nice to see
Really
you.
great
Yeah.
to see you.
Thank you for doing this.
Welcome to my palace.
Yes, exactly. What a wonderful palace it is.
Prince William and Hannah Waddingham of Ted Lasso fame catching up over a pint and some darts.
I'm feeling equal joy and terror about playing darts with, the future King of England.
I think ladies first.
You get, oh gosh.
Then I can see what I'm up against.
Yeah.
We can let everyone else talk amongst themselves while we're playing darts.
Is that right?
That looks good. Yeah, that looks good.
Oh, God.
Go for the bullseye.
The pair having a good time.
It's going to be one. It's all right, we'll edit that out.
But also meeting to discuss the weighty issue of saving the planet. At Alexandra Palace, the venue where William launched the Earthshot Awards, Waddingham is one of William's Earthshot advocates and the voice of a new documentary, The Earthshot Report, about the Prince's passionate work on the environment.
We're all involved with the problems that we face, and we can all be involved with the solutions.
Our planet needs our help, and every year counts.
The Prince founded the Earthshot Prize in 2020, giving himself 10 years to help repair the planet.
I don't want to preach, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to find solutions.
And the new documentary highlights some of those solutions, the Prince acting as a matchmaker.
So we've created something called Launchpad,
Yes.
which is this big dating app which connects innovator with investor. Right now, the focus is highlighting, showcasing, scaling all the amazing solutions that are out there. Invest in them and see them and support them and use them. Then we will make the Earth more sustainable and better for us all going forward.
The Earthshot Report debuts here in the States on PBS this Wednesday. Check your local listings. Really important stuff. Coming up, the voices behind The Simpsons tell us all about the new season. Coming up on GMA.
Everybody's favorite yellow animated family, The Simpsons, is celebrating with a double episode holiday special, and our Chris Connolly has more. Take a look.
It's a double episode of the record-breaking series and their latest holiday extravaganza. Come On, All Ye Faithful shows The Simpsons still keeping it fresh in season 36.
Springfield town is where Santa Claus resides.
So that's showrunner EP Matt Selman on a real-life version of the famous Simpsons couch, celebrating this milestone alongside some of the series' beloved character voices since 1989, Nancy Cartwright, Yardley Smith, and Hank Azaria.
Matt, what's special about this double episode?
It's our first exclusive episode on Disney Plus. That's a big deal. So we wanted to go all in with a double Christmas episode, and it's very spiritual, and it's really a deep show.
In it, Homer is hypnotized and believes that he is Santa Claus himself, while in the aftermath, flawless Ned Flanders has a sudden crisis of faith.
It's a Christmas miracle over here.
This is epic. Exactly to the day, 35 years ago, we premiered Simpsons Roasting on an Open Fire. And we all remember that, I'm sure.
Debuting Nancy Cartwright's Bart in holiday mode.
Oh, jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile broke its wheel, the Joker got a
How many grades does this school have?
Long before playing Lisa Simpson, Yardley Smith had been teased by her classmates for the distinctive sound of her speaking voice.
Teased mercilessly, because I've always sounded like this. I think because of that, because I was teased so mercilessly, that I really just didn't think that my voice could be that much of an asset.
So you showed everybody back in grade school.
Yeah, who has the last laugh now?
Hank, you always said you based some of your voices on actual people. Where's Mo from?
Then when he's not expecting it, bam! The old fork in the eye.
Mo, I grew up idolizing Al Pacino. Young Al, you know, dog day afternoon Al. I'm dying here. Everybody's coming down on me here. That Al. When I auditioned for the show, I did this. I did Al Pacino. Simon, the late Sam Simon, said, can you make it gravelly? So if you make Al Pacino gravelly, you get Mo. And that was that.
That's the best story ever.
Also prominently featured in this double episode is one of Nancy's other major characters, wide-eyed fan favorite Ralph Wiggum.
I'm Ralph Wiggum, and I've been a good boy.
How is Ralph different from Bart's voice?
Oh, drastically. Bart is really simple to do. I just push him, like he's like here in my throat here. Ralph is, I don't know where he is, somewhere in my head. He's floating around.
Nancy, your niece is Sabrina Carpenter?
Yeah, that's right.
Have you given her any advice as to how to survive this the excitement of show business?
You know, what can I say? She knew at age 6 years old that she wanted to work for Disney. That was her dream at age 6. She just has created her own path, and I wouldn't be surprised someday she's an EGOT.
She knew at 6. Well, The Simpsons, Oh Come All Ye Faithful, premieres tomorrow exclusively on Disney+. Don't miss it.
We tried our best to handle Billy. Okay, we were alluding to this earlier. You got to see this. It's a photo from Lara that's going to brighten your day. This is her mama!
That is gorgeous Carolyn playing Santa's elf. I posted that on Instagram because her helper sent that to me this morning. She's ready for Christmas, everybody. Ready to grant you a Christmas wish.
Merry Christmas. Be sure and like.
Have a great day, everyone.